Today I will give a short demonstration or presentation on how you can use Bluetooth Low Energy to communicate with Arduino devices. So, don't want to really bother you or bore you with a theory, but some generic, or let's say common terms should be discussed. So they are listed in the hierarchy. So the top one is the gap defines how your how your device is visible and how devices can and cannot interact with each other. And there are many different types defined, but the two most common ones are central and peripheral. So the central would usually be your phone or tablet, and peripheral is, I don't know, something like a heartbeat monitor or something like that. Then the way they communicate is defined by the GET, which has another three concepts defined. Profiles are basically a group of services which are either defined by Bluetooth interest group or by the device manufacturer. And it actually includes groups of services. And for the heartbeat monitor, for example, is, I would guess, a heartbeat service. And those services have different characteristics, which are like the lowest level with which you use to actually communicate with a device. And they can either be readable, writable, or they can notify you of things. So how do you communicate? Okay, first we need Bluetooth enabled, obviously, and the base class is CB Central Manager, which notifies you when it's up and ready or when that state changes, so that you can start discovering peripherals. When you find one, the one that you want, you connect to one. When you connect to one, you can discover its services. When you find the service that you want, if it's there, you can check for its characteristics, and when you're done with that, you can actually start doing something with the device. Either read something from it, like a heartbeat monitor sends you heartbeat rates, or in case, which I will demonstrate later, you can send something to it and it does something. So move something, switch the light, or something similar. So as I said, we need core Bluetooth to get to the central manager, and that one has a couple of delegates that are triggered. The first one is the one that gets updated every time the state changes. Whether if you go on a device, you switch on the Bluetooth, you switch it off, that one is triggered, and it has many states, but one of them is the most important one for us if you want to communicate with the device is when the device is ready, when the Bluetooth hardware on the device is ready, and then you can start actually searching for peripherals. You could actually trigger searching before, and sometimes it actually works, which is kind of not very good, because it might lead you to think that you're doing something correct, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So when the device is ready, you start searching for devices, you find one, and you can find one, either you can scan all of them around you, or you can actually supply a list of all the UIDs that you actually want. And it would only notify you when it finds one that matches the search that you wanted. The same happens when the okay, I'll talk about that later. So when you find the device that you want, you connect to it, and again you have to wait for it to actually notify you that you are connected. There is one missing, and that's the one that if you fail to connect for some reason, for this presentation it's not really needed, but if you want to have something bulletproof, it's good to notify the user that something didn't go as planned. So after you connect to the device, to the peripheral that you want, you have to look for the services that it has. Again, for the services and for the characteristics of the service, so the lowest level when you can actually communicate with the device, you can always search all of it, or you can search, be more specific, so you ask this is what I want, do you have it? If yes, okay, otherwise, well, again, you've said something to the user. So the bottom two are actually for the communicating. The last one enables you to send something to the device, and the one before enables you either to read from the device, or you can actually subscribe to notifications to the peripherals, and every time the value changes, the peripheral would notify you that there's a new value available for you. The peripherals can only connect to one device, but the central can have more than one peripheral connected to it. So I will now give you a short demo of how this looks. So this is a small Bluetooth device with a Arduino and Bluetooth on it, and we'll make this move with a tablet. So if you forget to switch on the Bluetooth, you get notified. You don't have to do any extra work for it. You just start using the manager. So after you come on, okay. After you switch the Bluetooth on, you are notified immediately, and you can connect to the device. So this is okay. This is a bit small, actually. Can you
put it before
just
top of the box?
Top of the box, yeah, but there's a light in there, so just hold that.
Hold this.
Yes. Okay, so can anybody actually see this? Yes, it's blinking. Changes color based on the degrees, so.
So like before, paint code
Yes, just,
in real life.
yeah,
Paint code is virtual. This is,
yeah.
This is real thing.
Well,
this feels better on finger.
does it? Yeah. Well, okay. Basically, that's that. Maybe the only other thing which was kind of confusing to me at first is that the central, which is a device, is actually considered the client. So, and the peripheral is actually the server in the communication between the two of them. So that, I don't know, that was confusing to me. So, well, that's that basically.
Questions?
Yeah.
I know that you did programming or Bluetooth on both Android and iOS.
This is way easier.
Really? So you were able to do everything you wanted?
What do you mean? Define everything?
Short days?
Huh?
That's too
Yeah.
much information.
Yeah.
After 2 years of development.
Yeah, I did actually. I did.
So that's
I mean, this is not a robust application. I mean, the code.
I can understand that.
I mean, the code that's there is, where is it? Oh, I can't do that now. It's about, I don't know, 60, 70 lines of code. Most of it is white space anyway, yeah, and to delegate, so.
That's great.
Do you have any experience with iBeacons?
No. I mean, some theory, but Goran, we just had that discussion earlier. So, but yes, what do you want to know? Maybe I can answer it anyway. I mean, what iBeacon does is basically, let's say, a subset of what Bluetooth Low Energy does. So it just uses the part where the peripherals, if you have a BLE peripheral, and before it's connected, it's broadcasting, it's advertising it's there. So iBeacon basically just does that. You cannot connect to it, but you get its ID. So, and this device, you can actually make it use like an iBeacon for testing purposes or something like that.
How low level can you go in Bluetooth? Can you do, for example, custom protocol to some custom application, custom device out there? Is there some minimum stack in Bluetooth that you need to use?
I don't know. I think the core Bluetooth goes as low as characteristics. I don't know whether you can actually.
For example, can you do serial?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. But again, it depends whether the device you're preferably connecting to actually supports it. But if you can be that low level on that device that you can actually implement that, you could do that, yeah.
Another question. What about this MFI certification from Apple?
Yeah.
There are a lot of devices which are not certified and they cannot be used with iOS. What is the reason and is there any technical workarounds?
I mean, MFI are Bluetooth 2 devices.
Yes.
Bluetooth 4, you don't need that anymore. Yeah, and Bluetooth 2, so MFI devices, you wouldn't actually use core Bluetooth or anything to connect to them, like keyboards and stuff like that, but you would actually, they would actually be visible in the settings, something like that, so through some other API, so not communicating directly. So.
Anything else? Come on, Bluetooth is interesting.
And I was really short, a lot shorter than I was expecting.
Yeah. Okay. In that case,